All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Hall of Doors, the school.
You
I already
know,
forgot the
you
name of
know,
this
I
place.
could, considering the fact we're still in Wonderland, I think that I could totally make that as the reason as to why our shadow just kept going all over the place.
Flickering. It was an old game made on hardware
Possibly.
that was really meant for more of a first-person shooter game. But always bear that in mind.
Right.
I don't know if I mentioned this already, so I keep forgetting. So, again, we got the deck of cards last time. It's one of our many weapons we'll be getting throughout this game. And, again, Meta Essence refills our ammo or mana on the right. Okay, I'm going to quick save because...
Entering school requires a real leap of
we gotta jump in.
For a moment, I thought the perspective was weird on that weird inside that room, but then I realized, oh wait, the entire house is tilting.
Yeah, that and it did... Okay, Fortress of Doors, that was it. Alright, we made it inside the school. Don't mind the mentally... Oh, hello. So, so once again, so the deck of cards, holding down the primary fire button shoots out a steady stream of cards that will home in on whatever my blue homing reticle is on, if you're wondering what the heck that is. And the right mouse click fires a burst of cards like a shotgun.
By the way, Logan, how's it feel to kill these stacks of cards with their kids?
billy club, I tell you, whenever you wanted to be.
Sorry, I love that line so much.
He was saying,
feels-
how's it feel to kill cards with cards?
Feels like a great stream of irony. Also, yeah, be careful. Toe-to-toe with these things, you're probably not going to last too long. But as you notice, I don't know how to describe this game, but it's very much you have to use up a lot of stuff to beat them, but they'll almost always give you enough meta essence to heal yourself up back to full after each encounter.
Well, that's good.
So you can go as recklessly as you want, but honestly, the most dangerous thing, I decided to go back down and go under here, because this is where our next progression of the plot is.
You're an old
Honestly, your most dangerous ally will either be bosses or platforming. The enemies themselves, just keep your distance, you'll be fine.
How sad when platforming can be one of your dangerous frenemies.
Oh boy.
It's talking about the Jabberwock.
There's a bit more to do than you suggested, don't you?
And these kids are putting on a play they don't want to do.
Aww.
I admit my memory's not what it
If they want to get that A plus in theatrics, then they're gonna do this player so helpless.
Consult the book of bizarre
Oh,
things.
so
And they're nuts.
Help me
Oh
get
no!
by.
Run!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Reviews are here, and he can just poof away. Oh yeah, so by the way, so the new weapon I got is the Billy Club, which, first off, its primary fire is basically a slower but stronger version of the Vorpal Blade's melee attack, so pretty much a good upgrade to the melee attack, and the right analog stick, the right mouse button, or your alternate fire, lets me whack away a croquet ball, which does a very strong, a little bit slower, but very strong attack to something at a range.
That's fair.
Please move the book for me, because I don't have delicate hands.
Whoop.
I'm pretty
So now
sure
we
you
gotta
had
go
to push. I'm pretty sure you would have to push that book in order for that to activate. Just saying.
I know. So since he did it, now I gotta go up to where that was, which was back in this room. So, oh my gosh, how are people doing this fine, almost autumn day?
Almost autumn is the
Well,
keyword
let's
there.
see. I've been sick for, I want to say, about a week now because I thought it was allergies, but turns out it's some kind of virus/cold that's making it feel like it's just a bad allergy attack.
Ah, so flu season is back in the air.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
It is autumn, so.
Yeah, the change in weather does that to me, but I am starting to get a little bit better than I have been. So hopefully by tomorrow when I go back to work, I can not feel this way anymore.
That's good.
Steps to enlightenment.
Fingers
lighten
crossed.
the way, but the steps
Yeah.
are
Whoa!
Hey. Oh,
Careful there.
Oh,
Oh, thank you, Cheshire.
Now I'm sorry. I'm especially knowing the voice acting for it. Now I really am curious. Okay, so I basically need to touch all these books that are floating around here, and they'll make a staircase up to where the portal switches. So you can
okay.
find other floating books. But I'm sorry, with considering who probably would be the person to voice the Cheshire Cat in new Disney stuff if they did it, I'm now wondering what would. I'm now very curious if Jim Cummings would ever read some of these lines Roger Jackson read.
Probably. I mean,
Hey,
I don't know.
you know what? If they could bring back his Dr. Robotnik impression when voicing the Terror Mats in Splatterhouse, I'd assume he could do just about anything.
Honestly, I think the way I would see it is like, if given this dialogue, it's really hard because a part of me thinks he would probably need to come up with a new voice for this kind of dialogue, but at the same time, I'm really curious as to how he would pull it off with the sillier Pooh voice, because, well, let's be fair here, it basically is Winnie the Pooh.
Well, I would say that's why I was thinking. Like,
It's a more soft-spoken Winnie the Pooh, actually.
But I was thinking that, like, yeah.
Which in turn is also Caw.
But I was which is also cool. But I was gonna say, like, but that's the thing. Like, I almost feel like it would make it even creepier if he was like, you know, the same voice where he's all like, "I'm not all here myself," like, but reading some of these lines, like, I could see that actually working really well.
It'd be unsettling, I'll give it that much.
I remember that.
Oh, yes.
That was, I will say, I'm not usually one for Vine or vloggers, but the fact that he was able to put that together was really nice.
Agreed.
Especially the last one with
that was a
Tigger,
fun
that
video.
just...
Oh, lordy.
Chipotle.
Not that one.
Did
I know,
Did I mention?
it's called a
Did I mention I like the way they bounce?
That's
Ew, no.
Also,
no,
don't mind
no.
how my hitbox kind of loads up there. Let's go over here. Let's push this. Well, hang on.
There's no lock, but it won't open. It's
How are we
stuck.
gonna open it?
Treat it like a Chinese box or a stubborn lid. A tap
A
in the
tap,
right
you
spot
say?
might do the trick.
Let's try it.
Okay.
By a tap, we
Tap
mean...
away. Off you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Tap.
Doop.
I like tap. And it literally
You
breaks.
call that a tap? Fortunate I didn't suggest force. You might have pulverized it.
Hey,
That wasn't a
what matters,
pulverization.
what matters is that it's open and it's on the portal page. We are going to Mist. Oh
Mi-
gosh, I'm under fire.
Oh, missed? Huh.
You ever played that game, James?
No, I just hear about it.
Poppies, sugar and spice.
So it's this.
Wait.
It was this
All those
game
things
that
are
I.
Very nice.
Oh.
When combined, the proper mixture makes
Oh,
a
I
getting
thought we were actually
smaller
going to go
next year.
inside the book.
We will, but first we're reading the
Yeah, that's what I
recipe
thought
for how to.
too.
We're going to, but first we were going to read the recipe on how to get small. Now we'll use the portal,
Oh, okay.
and we're back here. Well, our
You
new
know,
place
I'm not
area.
gonna lie,
Hey!
that loading screen
I
that just popped...
You got it.
Yeah.
That loading screen that we just saw, to me, looks like something out of Medieval.
It does a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
A little bit like
this.
Medieval, though I also get slight hints of Neverhood in that, too.
Diabolical dice. A word of caution: don't throw them when you're alone. The fiends.
So this is like kind of like a.
and their
There's a
emotional
weapon in.
nourishment is quite
It reminds me of these weird little snark like bug thingies in Half-Life. But this is basically a kind of weapon where like they will kill anything and everything that's in the same room as them, including you. So make sure you're not the only thing in the room when you throw it.
Gotcha.
Also, I keep forgetting how these things work. So I'm actually going to look up what they are because we actually get. We get these weapons, not only that, but we get a couple of these. Let me see. So if we start off with one dice, but as we play through the game, we have the opportunity to find more dice. These are called demon dice, which I summon denizens of hell.
Right back, guys.
Okay. So I summon denizens of hell, and the demon that is summoned is random, but the more dice I have adds adds a higher chance of summoning the stronger ones. So if I roll the dice and only one of them is on, only one of the pips is on, then I will only summon a lesser demon who just used lightning.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
And there's a fire demon. So, yeah, so the demon dice is.
Consider the fact he was literally running on air for a moment there.
No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
so
think
it's a very picky kind of weapon. So I don't use it too often. I usually stick to more reliable ones.
Yeah,
Any user.
that's fair.
So, crap, what were we talking about? We were talking about the... Oh, yeah, so Myst. It was the series that I...
Actually, real
think was-
quick, before you mention that,
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
layout here immediately reminds me of Arkham Asylum.
Which Asylum?
Batman Arkham Asylum, the first one.
Oh, I
There was
think
that
I played that game.
You should, it's pretty good. But anyway, it's like, I immediately think back to when you're trying to look for the special formula that, what's her face, the female scientist made based on Titan, and apparently it was hidden somewhere in this library. And
Which,
I do remember there's actually there's a method of speed running it, and the Joker does call you out on it if you do use that trick.
Nice. Also, cool, I can get someone's opinion. As someone who's beaten that game, that final boss, huh?
Yeah, that was something else, all right. I mean, granted, I could assume he would be crazy enough to do it, but at the same time, you really wish he could have done more with it.
Well, just because it really kind of takes... Like, it really... that's not how the Joker works. It doesn't really show like you understand how the Joker works. The Joker would never like. That's a Bane move, if anything.
Yeah.
True.
You know what we're talking about, Jordy?
Oh yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. I've seen my brother play it. I've seen
Hello.
cutscenes. You
We're
know.
getting our rage. We're just getting our hellish rage on again. Don't worry.
Oh, don't mind this. She's just getting your daily doses of pain.
Serve you.
Fire and brimstone. But don't worry. When I go over here and talk to this person, we're just gonna be all.
The gymnasium should be safe.
Oh, goodness gracious, dearie, you look a little, Oh, never mind.
I never cared for sport.
And she's like,
What were you
"Don't
going to
worry.
say?
Have to put on a pin.
Go on. Admit it.
It wouldn't suit.
Well, I mean to say you look rather, radiant this evening. Radiant and red, I could even say.
Oh, why, thank you.
I was just going to say you look rather horny.
I wouldn't put it past me considering the age rating.
You get it. You get it. Sorry, that was
You
a lesser
sly
whose lines it.
bastard.
That was a lesser kind of whose lines it anyway joke.
Yeah, even I don't remember that.
Oh,
And
I
they're
do.
pl-
My roommate watched it a lot, and it's
Oh,
funny.
dude, it's so underappreciated. Well, the older or the newer seasons.
Both.
Okay, I've been watching. So I like totally. I've been trying to watch that with Celia. Actually, I've been watching all the older seasons. I love that show. I love everything about it, down to some of the guest stars.
What
Except
show
I
is
felt
this?
Whose Lines Anyway. I feel like some of the guest stars they were bringing in the later seasons kind of got a little bit much, but I always love like I love the banter. Like, okay, so
Thank you.
oh gosh, warm reception. So let me just get right to it. I don't hate the newer seasons with Aisha Tyler. Just number one, can't forget what Aisha Tyler has said under the name of Ubisoft in their E3 presentations. Can't forget that. She was
Well,
the
to
girl.
be fair,
she
a
was-
lot of that could be Ubisoft's own fault.
This was the girl who was saying, "Let's make a meme.
make a
We
meme."
can make a meme. Can we invent a meme?" It's like that's not how memes work. No one has ever said, "Let's make a meme," and it works. You don't
Again-
control that.
Again, she probably could have been fed that by Ubisoft.
That
Probably.
could have been it.
Probably.
But so as for the actual show itself, I think there is still good stuff there. Because I mean, I don't think improv ages with someone. I mean, those guys are probably in their like 50s and 40s, and there's Ryan Stiles must be 16. He's still pulling it off, like all the improv and fun stuff as well. And Colin and them have such fun. Like I think at one point they were all yelling. And I think it was either Colin or Greg Proops. He was like, "Drew would have never yelled that way." Which, yeah, I'll get to that point.
I remember that. Actually, I think
My
that
favorite-
might have been Jeff.
And I've been. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Like, was Jeff in Whose Line?
Maybe on one
I
of the episodes.
think? I'm not sure.
I already heard that
I
line.
think he was.
Croquet match.
But yeah, let me just say that.
Tell you.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite little clips from the news show was that when Wayne Brady lost his hair, Colin was like, "Why am I still considered the bald one?"
Yeah, seriously. Like,
But,
now that I think about it, did he shave his head, or did he literally just get bald?
It looked like he shaved his head very intentionally, which it was a style.
Your
I
footsteps
saved you.
pass by.
I think I don't remember if I said earlier that I look at this guy and I immediately think of
Proud to
Grandpa
say
Smurf.
You're lucky to have found me.
Yeah, I totally see it.
Look, I
If
found
you
the
got rid of the
lasting
blue.
truth.
And now we
Made him
Right.
grungier.
and now
Also,
that
make
we've
him
gotten
blue. He literally would be
Also
Papa
find a bit more
Smurf.
trouble. Seen any jumbo
now that we've
birds?
gotten everything,
There's a bit in that flask on
I
the
think
sideboard.
we just need some poppy blooms,
You
which
know,
we
he
already
sounds
got.
like he'd be a decent
Bring
papa.
back some poppy blooms and we'll mix up.
Yeah,
the
I can see that.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that Smurfs movie like? The fully CG one.
I heard it was alright.
I haven't
at
seen
best.
it. Yeah.
I heard it was better than
It's
the live
definitely
action
better than the
ones.
live action ones.
Yeah.
Well, like that's saying much.
All right, I need to go back and get some poppy seeds now that I went. We gotta go into
I
third
mean,
grade.
if
so...
nothing else, they did take a step in the right direction. Just that's about all I
Yeah.
can say about it.
And
Yeah.
and if the okay, let's go grow some poppy blossoms with this jumbo grow and the poppy seeds. Oh, isn't that adorable?
It's a lollipop.
Get it, poppy. Also, if the also
There's
if
a
the
lollipop.
also if the layout of this place seems a little bit off kilter, know that I had to use a guide to guide myself through knowing which doors to
Gotcha.
go through to warp back to second grade and become small.
This condenser
Sheesh.
can mix.
Yeah. So who's?
something-
Look like it's good
Go
for
ahead.
much else, though.
It wasn't really. It's something semi-related to the game, but not entirely. Just watching all of this,
Now time
I was
to
about to
leave.
say again, but this is technically my first time seeing the whole thing from
Go
beginning
for
to
it.
end. Just seeing it in
This star
general
is for your
kind of
stellar
reminds me back to, on a
May
whim,
open
I was
some
going through a
doors
bunch of
for
videos that Jordan did. And Jordan, do you remember that old American McGee collab that you did with Tasha years ago?
Yes.
Let's go. Wait, American McGee collab.
It was from Madness Returns. It was the It was the scene where
library.
Alice meets the Red Queen, who looks
Oh, yeah,
like her sister.
Her sister, yeah. More
Yeah,
on that,
I was
more
the
on
Red
that fun
Queen
a
and
little
she
bit
was
later.
Alice.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly, I like, especially after
And they both
the...
were great.
I would say,
Felt like
I would say,
so.
I would say, also considering how this game portrays the Red Queen, I thought it was really interesting to see him actually have some sort of like mature, not killing one another banter.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that like no part of her mind is evil. Just there has to be a balance. Everyone has to be in their own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Not just a whole bunch of childish banter, which made the Disney version all the more appealing.
Yeah.
Oh, so right. So what was I saying? So who's I saying? The only thing I have a problem with the Aisha Tyler stuff is that
Aisha Tyler herself.
Well, just because, yeah, it makes it seem more like a... There we go. It makes it seem more commercial. And what I loved about the original is that it just seemed more like a bunch of friends getting together for an evening, just telling jokes. And we shrink down and we finally enter the Vale of Tears.
Hooray!
Ah, yes, the Vale of Tears.
Which looks a lot nicer in the second game. But here it's glum and bleak as ever.
Overkilling
With-
me,
Looks
Bolt.
fine.
With soldier bugs riding on bloated frog balloons, dropping explosive rocks. Yes, you heard right.
Okay, then.
You know, I'm
Welcome to
suddenly
Wonderland.
reminded of Shrek
It's
when you
almost
say
as
that.
if this is Wonderland or something.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about, James. So,
Oh, you know
we
what?
have-
Like, wouldn't that be something if we ever saw like a Shrekified Wonderland?
oh god.
Oh,
You know,
no.
I'm
Surprised
you
they
know,
haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never made that into a short or something.
So I'm gonna stand right here because spoilers: if you get hit by this rock, it's insta death.
Good
So I'm just
to
gonna
know.
let this one roll right on
Gotcha.
by.
By the way, remember
There.
way back when I did Max the Curse of Brotherhood?
Yeah.
I got crushed on by that rock like a dipshit.
I still need to play the game. I got up to like the third level, but I started putting way too much pressure on myself to rip out those eye stalks.
Ooh, another one.
Yeah. I will say this much: if you're gonna
Don't go back, you fool!
for those
I'll be
that
fine.
have never played that game before, I would honestly suggest getting the PC version.
Yes, that's what I have because it just is a lot easier, especially with mouse control. I
That
don't know.
and I mean, I do have the Switch version too, but I will say it wasn't the best
Port.
optimization job I've seen.
All right, but I will say, I will agree with you. Okay, wait here because otherwise that boulder's gonna kill us. I have a
Ouch!
freaking explosive,
Oh,
Aye.
I got hit by
Like
something.
that.
an explosive bomb, which I will gladly be. Yeah, see, he got killed by the boulder. He should have been looking. Which I was gonna say, I agree with you from that looking at rats.
Whoop.
Let's go back up. Looking at how that looking at the game that came before that, I cannot believe that was the same franchise even.
Same franchise, same developers. Yeah,
They
it
just-
shocked me too.
Alright, let's card.
Like the last one kind of looked like it may as well have been retrofitted for. Well, it was clearly made with like the WiiWare and
There
whatever
it
in
goes.
mind, so it clearly showed in the graphical department. But yeah, just looking then to get Curse of
same.
Brother, and it's like, am I playing? Damn!
Ah.
Talk about going from a Newgrounds Flash to a Pixar short.
I know. Also, be careful. So,
And actually, just
go ahead.
I was just about to say, just going on to back to Brotherhood for a bit. And you were talking about like optimization. Aside from Switch, what all were the consoles that game was ported for?
As far as I'm concerned, only the Xbox system.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
God.
Well,
I got stuck by bayonet. Yeah, so we should get around to that. So every one of these areas has its own main villain. So the main villain of the Vale of Tears is the Centipede, enemy of the Caterpillar, and
Makes
the
sense.
Centipede and the Centipede employs a legion of soldier ants, armed with muskets.
how
Must-
appropriate.
Okay.
Skits.
Let's kill them. Quick.
Come on, men. She's no match for our muskets.
I still love that.
Come on, Dad.
Oh, man.
Nobody lives forever.
I was saying that, and the one he was referring to was, but the people of they came out in surrender. But the people of Springfield were too brave to accept such a surrender. Come on, men! Those white flags are no match for our muskets. They just shoot them all. Classic Simpsons was good.
Yep, it was.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Then again, who hasn't said that already?
Oh no, it's the ox turtle.
Ox?
No, that's the mock turtle.
Oh.
The mock turtle, sorry.
died?
Well, he's an ox and a
Have you
turtle.
lost your family?
And as you can see in the background, Jordy, there's the crying Alice statue.
I'm sorry, but is that thing wearing a diaper?
Actually,
Yes.
It's underwear.
It's naked.
He-
It's missing its shell.
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
Koopa.
yeah, probably.
I was almost soup.
Tragic, I'm sure, but I'm a bit pressed for time.
But yeah, all
Yeah,
mock
that
turtles
was
have a
good
cow
too.
head.
Why not?
Twitchy
Oh, okay.
nose, shifty eyes, constantly consults his pocket watch. Most
Actually,
peculiar
just real
beast.
quick, going back
Well,
to
he's very dear
Simpsons.
to me. I must find him.
I asked Logan because I think out of everyone, he's probably the most likely to see it. But I guess this question's open to everyone else.
And where does
Have
that
you seen
sneaky lair
Disenchanted?
about hang his hooker these days?
I actually have not
Troubles
yet.
began.
It-
I
it's
know
the
of
new-
it, haven't
I
seen
couldn't
it.
divulge the secret.
It's the new
It's the
macaroni
Netflix
style
series
show
that
on
the
Netflix.
Simpsons creator made.
Something
I have not.
That one. I haven't seen it yet.
Nothing, nothing.
I'm
his
gonna give it a
whereabouts
shot.
then. For my
I saw a clip on YouTube about how they handled Hansel and Gretel, and that
Then
was
she must do it.
that's honestly, if you want the kind of tone that they're going for. Look,
are brave,
like
but I
Hansel and
warn you,
Gretel
she
become
treats everything
cannibals
as prey.
because they realize, wow, the witch was right. You shouldn't be eating your entire house of chocolate. We need something more with protein.
And they took it in a very big extreme. Okay, then.
And other than that, yeah, it makes use of the fact that Netflix doesn't really have a it doesn't have quite as high of regulations as normal television does.
So
But,
it does go the full R rating.
oh,
Oh
I
God!
guess so. Yeah. The Heart Soldiers are the toughest.
Whoa.
They fire explosive rounds. Please die. Please die. If I ask you a third time, will you listen to me?
Oh come
Please
on,
die.
your heart. Come on, his heart's not in it.
Ha! Oh jeez. Okay, yeah, I got him.
Oh, thank you.
If only this game had proper ragdoll physics, I would just imagine him just falling down right then and there.
So, shall we carry across? So, shall we carry across this stream, and also eventually learn why sometimes running this on hardware wasn't meant to can glitch out sometimes? Join us in the next part.
Ooh, till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Fare thee well.